Hi guys, I'm so waiting. What am I waiting for? I'm actually waiting for ArcoLinux ISO to come out. It's the 1st of July and still isn't there. I know I've heard that the earth is round, I suppose, and timing is not the same. But I would have liked to have the ArcoLinux ISO already and try it out. So I'll build it myself. You know what? I'll build it myself. Super Shift Enter. I go to File System. I have here User. I have here Share. I have Arch ISO. This is the latest version. Lots of versions have been supplied by ArcoLinux, and this is the last one. So this one and that one is exactly the same. So let's build ourselves an ISO. Control C, desktop it goes, Control V. If you're wondering, it's a green desk, so I took just some green icons. Arch ISO, config, baseline, not interested, Relang, interested. Okay, we need to build this thing. How will we call it? It will be called ArcoLinux with the date. Okay, so I'll get, yes, the first. And the rest, couldn't care less, right? We just want to build this thing. Building this thing, good question. How should I start building this thing? Well, let's copy paste. Let's see how does ArcoLinux do it. So ArcoLinux ISO, we go to the ISO, we go to the scripts, we go to the one of those, right? One of those. And you go scrolling down to the command that we need, and that's this thing, sudo make arch ISO, but here it's a variable, and a variable again, and a build folder. Now I guess we can keep some things general, and other things we can't keep it general. We need to type it at some place. We need to type it here at this level. We go inside here, and then we go and open a terminal, and then what should we do? Sudo make arch ISO -v and -w. Where shall we put it out? Or the work directory? Well, let's see if temp is good. Let's see if temp is possible. How big is temp actually? Duf. It's not big. Temp is not big at all. No, not a go. Not a go at all. So let's play on desktop some more, and let's build in this one, and let's put it out in that one. All small letters. Oh, we can see it to the left, so build and out. So forget about temp, wrong idea. Where are we going to build it? On the desktop, and it's called build. Go build it there. -o, output will be home Eric, and then desktop again, and then out. Is this it? Let's see. Typo. Sudo make arch ISO -v for verbose. The working directory will be home directory, and the output will be home Eric desktop out. Boom. Let's try this. All right. Errors, no problem. The profile is not specified. Yep. I see what I'm missing. So build folder is all that. Out folder is all that. The last thing we forgot was the build folder and arch ISO. Okay. The build folder and arch ISO. So that should be home, Eric, desktop, build folder, arch ISO. Does not exist yet, since at this point in time, let me think, what would we do before we made copy pastes? I guess we moved everything from one place to the other. So I wonder if it's gonna be now desktop, Arch ISO, and Erlang, I guess. What's next? Whoa, Arch ISO. Okay, configs, Erlang. Okay, configs, Erlang. Erlang. Wow, we're off. How's ArcoLinux doing? Is the ISO already online? Is ISO already online? Downloads 0601. Go to InfoWise 0606. We need 0707. Nope, not there yet. So let's build it ourselves. So this command, make man make Arch ISO, that's something else. So it has no man, make Arch ISO help, and they start reading, and then we see the W is the work directory. We've done that. Output, we've done that. We don't need it. Default, it's the same thing, but I like to have it here. The build goes on. I can have a look what's happening. All things are built. So this is our future system, and out will result hopefully in an ISO there. So what else? What did we do more? And the profile. So Arch ISO, all kinds of options, and then the profile directory. So you need to start it in the profile, which is desktop, Arch ISO, configs, Erlang. It will find the profile def, and then it's good to go, and it's still working and compressing and building, and 370 packages is nothing, so it will be quickly done. And we can show you in VirtualBox. There are some GPG keys. We can send them this message here. Mode is ISO these days. That's new. So if you're an ISO builder, keep track of these things. Build mode, ISO. Haven't tried any of the others. Don't need to try any of the others. Bootstrap, netboot. So other roads to go at if you like. Certificates, code signing, netboot, artifacts, toestanden. Well, toestanden is Dutch things. ISO publisher, label, install directory, backend configuration file we can set as well. It's never done any of these. For us, it's working out and the profile, and that's all we need to build it at ArcoLinux. In the meantime, I'll have my ISO. How about it, Arch? Push your 07 out. Push it out. For the rest, wow. Okay, sorry, but wow. Let's do this in Alacrity. That's always nicer. Your XVT doesn't do these special characters, so we have Control-Alt-Enter, maximize, go top or something like that. G top, go top, lots of things. This is lovely. 16 cores, hard at work. It's already done, I suppose. It's going down. Oh, the ISO is just finished. So I've got myself a 2021-0701 before Arch. Isn't that great? Super 7 VirtualBox launches. Clone Arch. Oops, cancel. Didn't see what I was doing. At the top, template, clone, Arch. Probably gonna be double now. No, it's cool. Arch optical drive chooses this file. Where is it? I hope on my desktop. And out. There it is. Let's play around with Arch before everybody else can. So we have this, copy to run, that's the last new edition, speech as well. It's silly, you have to do it sometime, it's just so silly. And then you start typing some commands and do some stuff and you're gonna read everything. But hey, if you need it, go for Arch. Arch works. It reads everything to you. Now we got this little message, the etc mod d, that's the file. We don't want this message on our systems, but on Arch it is there. On ALCI it's there. On Carly we leave it there. But it's a choice for the ISO builders whether you keep it or not. Set XKB, forget about it. It's load keys, and then oh my god. No, it's without. It's like this, and then that, and then that. You need to remember that key code for your own keyboard, otherwise you are stuck. So I am busy, I'm working. So now we go to the knowledge. Where's the knowledge? Are you there yet? No, I definitely want to compare what they deliver and what I've built, and if it's the same or not. What if, right? It's the same or not. So build it yourself and see. Thing is, ArcoLinux D takes software has all the knowledge to build ArcoLinux the Arch way. And I haven't said anything, but this is a bias thing. VirtualBox things were on an old machine. So I need to take the bias version, not the UEFI version. And we can quickly go over some of the commands. So that's one thing I've done. Everything that's blue, you need to do it. Don't skip it. Okay, so we're gonna skip a few things. And I'll put it on the other screen. Can we make this bigger? Plus, plus, minus, minus, scrolling. No. Okay, so focus. Time, date, set, NTP equals true. All right, scrolling to the right, scrolling, scrolling, CF disk, CF disk, CF, CF disk, enter. Aha, interesting notion. So if you buy a hard disk from the store, there is zero data written on there and it doesn't know what it is. So now we have a choice. Either you have UEFI GPT or you're a DOS, and which is I am a DOS now, I'm biased, and that's what you need to choose. Okay, that said, let's make new partition. 13.5 I have. Let's make a 20.5 gig for root, primary, and let's keep the rest for 10 minimum size. Let's do escape or okay, voila, we're back here. New 10 gigabyte primary, and then the type should be swap, for example, which means I have 20 gigabytes for root and 10 gigabytes for swap. That's it. Right, yes, enter, and exit or quit. ls block, go check. Oops. Yes, you say. So I have got a hard disk divided in 2 bits, and off we go. Let's read again. There are some tips up here about cleaning the hard disk if it does not come from the store and it contains all kinds of very strange format systems. Use the wipe file system, wipe fs, or the sgdisk-z option on the page. Where are we? border, a blue border. There we are. Make your file system. You know what I never have shown? I always show you a next 4 thing, right? Well, the next 3 thing. I know it's older, but just for the heck of it, just for the fun of it, this is a virtual box. What do I care? Done. And then make swap device SDA2, and we set it on. Swap on device SDA2. It's used. And then we scroll on, mount file system. Okay, it's time to mount it. Mount device SDA1, go to the mount. That's it. Now there's nothing on there. Of course, we've just installed it, so nothing on there, but it's mounted there. That piece of hardware, device SDA1, is in that folder. Nano etc pacman.d. It matters where you get your packages from, and we have aliases mirror and mirror s, mirror d, and so on. I believe we have almost 8 or 9 ways to get them. The proper mirror lists from Arch, and the first one is Osbeck. I have no complaint with Osbeck. I know it's one of the better servers, so I keep it. Do not change anything. And now we get fast installations, and we have Pacman 6 working with good question. Good question. Nano etc pacman.conf. Do I have a parallel download set by default? Do they have the parallel download set by default? Now it is. Let's install even quicker, right? So, packstrap. We mount. Well, you open, go put everything in the mount folder. And what should we put in there? Base and base devel and Linux and Linux firmware. And for my sake, Nano. Look at that. He's going. Is it now parallel? Doesn't really look like it. So I don't know. Oh yeah, it is parallel. Voila, we see it now very clearly. It's parallel. It's working. Cool. So that should improve things a little bit. So we should think about that. If we install the ArcoLinux way, think about pacman.conf, version 6, parallel downloads, make it faster. Then generate the etc fs tab is the next thing. Look, they're creating a ZSTD compressed init CPU image. We've kept it XZ because sometimes we say people downgrade your kernel, and if you go too far back, it can't understand ZST if you have, and they can't boot anymore. So all these small things that matter are important. So we just stick to something that can support people over many computers. Oh my god. Mount etc fs tab. There you go. This one I check always. If you made a mistake or a typo or anything like it, and it doesn't show you anything as error, it should contain a UID for the root and one for the swap, and then it's cool, then it's okay. Then you can continue. Scroll on. Then the major command. Arch root is, you can always fix a an Arch Linux system with Arch root. Isn't that awesome news? If you know what you're doing, if you know what to do, what the solution is, you can always boot into a broken system and fix it with Arch root. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to boot in the future system. Ta-da! Colors change. This is your future computer system. And here you can say sudo pacman -s remove NVIDIA. install Linux next, and install anything you did, undo it. Let's go for user share zone info Europe Brussels etc local time. So we're linking from there to there. Clock systo HC. Scrolling on. It takes not that long. It just becomes tedious if it's the 30th time or the 100th time that you've done it, and you try to move through it as quickly as possible. I prefer Calamares for sure. But I do remember the first time typing all this and feeling just a hacker. Great, that feeling is gone. Localagin. There you go, English OS, that's the only thing I want. Sudo lang equals en underscore us utf -8 inside etc locale.conf. Upla, that's an error, that's clear. Ooh, why do I sudo things? Echo inside there. Okay, echo keymap equals be. Take your own keyboard, of course, into etc v console.conf. That's that. Scrolling, 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 rolling. All right. Okay, back to work. Arch Linux etc hostname nano etc hosts. All right, who are we? We are localhost. This is home. This is where you live. Remember the t-shirts people wear from time to time, or the cushions you can buy. Localhosts. Whoops. There can't be any whoopsies in this story we're showing here, otherwise you have to do it all over again. Well, depends on the error. But hey, I've been there, done that. Start all over again. Sometimes there's no way around it. And this is what we love. We love our network manager. People who have problems in connecting via China and other countries, they can set their VPNs and set everything up the way they like and they need, not like they need. Enable. This is important, guys. Watch out. Capital N, capital M. If you don't see 3 lines created, you're not having internet. Password is this one and is that one. So we've made the root password, and without this one, that has happened before. You forget the grub, then you can't boot. No sudo necessary, Eric, not yet. At this point in time, we are super users. i386- that's wrong. Okay. 386-PC and the device SDA. Put it on there. And then the configuration itself. Make configuration. Where's the output? There. Boot. Grub. Put it in that file. Well, that file. You have to type it. It's new. It's a new file you made. And then rebooting, it says exits. Okay, exit umount -r and then t. Why? I typo there. Okay, and then I guess reboot them. All right, let's hope we are met with grub. Boot existing OS. There he is. Grub is there. Scrolling on. So now we're at the bottom of the page, so I'm gonna click on next step, and we're in another page where you do the 6 installation of ArcoLinux phase 2. That's the URL. And we are root, still root, just root. There's no Eric available. Let's fix that. We need Eric to be there. AUR helpers, we can do that later, and multilib and all that. What I wanna have for sure, that's my bash completion. I like to press the tab button and it auto completes. So that's good. We've got that in, scrolling. Let's add Eric to the picture of in the picture. User add -m -eg, the groups. Come now. Audio, video, network, wheel, storage, and for Bluetooth RF kill -s, sorry, and then bin bash Eric. I want to have bin bash. Password for Eric is gonna be amazingly difficult, and then I need to become chief root as well. I need to be able to install some stuff, I think. And we go to wheel all and make sure that's like this. Exit it is, Eric it is, password it is, sudo pacman -syu it is, and I can do it. So I'm in control, I'm chief. Next step, next page at the bottom, clicking xorg. Sudo pacman -s xorg, and some extra stuff like the server we need the xorg apps, xorg init might be a good idea to have, and the xterm, yeah, that's a terminal, so skipping that. Xorg init, okay, xorg xinit. No typos allowed. And then a choice, guys. What will we install? LightDM, SDM? Will we use Plasma, or will we install Mate? How about Cinnamon? How about GNOME? Choices. If it's GNOME, I will like to install GDM rather than LightDM. If it's Plasma, I choose SDM. But for the rest, it's pretty much choose what you want. So since SDM is by default now on ArcoLinux, let's do LightDM. Sorry, -s LightDM, and there is LightDM GTK greeter. You need to have that one as well. The settings you can skip, so that's a tool to set it. But hey, everything is a file in Linux, right? So go to the file, change it, and be done with it. Now, installing this is one thing, enabling is another. So it's not enabled until I type enable LightDM, enable GDM, enable SDM, and LXDM, 4 of them. Decisions. What desktop do I want? Maybe I have just a great idea, but I'd have to look up the name again. So let me surprise. All right, I know the name. Sudo pacman -s cutefish. This will surprise some people, I think. So probably gonna be the next desktop to play with. But hey, it's holiday. Remember, July and August, ArcoLinux goes dark, so to speak. But in these time and age, we can't do much outdoors. So we'll see what this July and August will become. But cute fish. What's cute fish, Eric? It needs anyway 141 packages. It has package wallpapers, it has settings, it has Qt, it has Kwin, installing Kwin, so it's based on the driver, the Windows driver of Plasma. It's not the proper name, a Windows driver, but you know what I mean. Sudo reboot. Did we do everything? I think we did. Well, maybe create an alias, sudo reboot. Okay, there we go. What atrocity have we created? This is LightDM. There is no theming done. This is the standard GTK greeter, right? And then we log in. This is Cutefish, guys. Control T, not present. Super Shift Enter, not present. We have a button, a launcher. Okay, File Manager, Calculator, Settings. We have VLAN, not sure what that is. Display, rotation. Let's not touch the rotation. Dark. Accent color. Fonts. Canterwell. Well, yeah, I haven't installed any font, so it's just a font from this particular desktop. Let's take this blue one. The dock. Anything about the dock? To the right, to the left, small, medium, large, huge. Small will be my choice. And button is good for me. User, Eric, add user. They give us a possibility to add a user. How often is that not possible in our 22 desktops that we have now? Battery is not possible. Build an arch. Et voila. We've got ourselves a Cutefish, but it's still pretty bare, right? It's an ArcoLinux installation. You have to do it all yourself. Control T. I was wondering the following. Do we have a terminal? Xterm would have been nice if I had installed it. This one comes without any terminal, so it seems. So I do a right control F2. I am back at the TTY in the VirtualBox. Sudo pacman -s. Let's try termite out again. It's still alive and kicking. Although he's saying go for alacrity, but it's still alive and kicking. And no, that's not what I need. What I need to do is now control F7. There it is. Let's see if termite is there now. Don't want to see this menu down there. Okay. Termite. No, termite is still not there. How is that possible? Termite is not there, he says. Again, right, something else. Sudo. Yeah, sudo pacman -s alacrity then. Control F7. Tell me you have alacrity. Ah, fine, good. All I want to do is end with a nice logo. Okay, this is not a good start. It is typing at the top, but we don't see it. And if I do enter, oh my god, it's way too small. Oh my god. How to get this bigger? Alacrity is not good either. I want to end with NeoFetch for ArcoLinux logo, whatever, right? But again, a tutorial how to install ArcoLinux and this, well, still experimental desktop, I suppose, but it will get better, and we keep an eye on it, and who knows, it will end up in the desktops of ArcoLinux. All right, cheers, have fun.